So I got a guy. They can do it cheaper. Now, I'm sure most of us in the construction world, be it residential or commercial, have definitely heard this before. And while it's all born of good intentions from the start, in my experience, I've tried it. Didn't like it in certain respects, liked it in other respects. But I really wanted to talk about some of the pros and cons with what to watch out for in something like this. And this is for clients, this is for architects, this is for contractors as well, everyone included. And really at the crux of it is we all know cost is an issue, especially for the smaller businesses, the independents, of course for the larger companies too, 100%. But at the end of the day, it really boils down to what type of company is this guy referring to on a project, right? Is he picking and choosing from different suppliers? Is he calling in favors? What if something goes wrong? So I really wanted to talk about these pros and cons. Now, on the surface, it sounds simple. Cost lower, go with it, 100%, run. But something us contractors have to consider, something clients have to consider as well is, what are the ramifications if they don't perform? If they don't meet a schedule, if quality is not there, if it's an alternative product but we weren't aware of it. Do they know the shop drawing process? Do they not know the shop drawing process? There's a lot of different things. Do they know, the prompt payment terms in the industry, especially here in Ontario, or wherever you are, for that matter? That's one. Second one that I ran into, which wasn't so much fun, was if there was an issue, that guy said, well, I deal with the client, so I'm gonna talk to them. It really doesn't make for a cohesive working environment because you're trying to push with the schedule, you're trying to quality control, checks and balances, and then it gets to he said, she said, you know what I mean? And that really has an impact of where that contract is. Now, if the client wants to take on a contract, third party, us as contractors, sure, we can coordinate, we can advise, but that's about it. On the other side, we can hold back payment, so on and so forth. So there are many different things. In my experience, very few times I've stumbled across some good contractors. Normally, it's usually referred to by other contractors that work with contractors on the job site, and that usually works out really well. But really, at the end of the day, the real question is, who is this guy? What is he about? It's no different than the questions that me as a contractor ask of my subs and my suppliers. Some of them we forged relationships with, so we don't need to worry. But the new ones, definitely we have to. No different than the questions as you as a client have for someone like me as a contractor. Who are you? What are you about? Do I need to take a chance on you? And so on and so forth. So while there is a need to entertain this collaboration, this communication, please make sure that a lot of checks and balances are made and that whoever's coming on board, that the right processes are always followed. It will lead to a much, much more fulfilling project.